So we're going to be making today homemade garlic cheesy bread. Yes, you've heard it. Homemade garlic cheesy bread, and it is so yummy. So what you're going to need is a loaf of homemade bread. It tastes so much better like that. If you don't have a bread maker, that's okay. You can go to your local bakery like Wise's, Giant, Costco, anywhere that has a bakery, and you should be able to find a fresh loaf of bread. So the first thing we're gonna do, since we already washed our hands, is we're gonna cut our loaf of bread in half. Our fresh baked bread. Fresh baked bread for this recipe is very good. Make sure you have a sharp knife, not a dull one, because this could get a little bit sticky otherwise. And just go around, make sure it's even when you're cutting it. Because you're going to turn your fresh loaf of bread using one big piece into two. Just go around the edges nice and carefully. Alright. Then we're going to open it up. Make sure you got it all. There we go. Now, oops, we got a piece sticking. That's okay. We have two fresh baked loaves of bread. When we have our bread all cut, we're going to take our two pieces of bread and we're going to place it on a foil lined pizza pan, because this could get a little bit messy, y'all. See? Just like that. Now we're going to set our pizza pan lined with foil to the side. And you're going to need something to put a stick of butter in, because we're going to melt this stick of butter in the microwave for 30 seconds. Sometimes it only takes 20, but we're going to start with 30. And we're just going to take our stick of butter and stick it in something it can melt. This is what my butter looked like at 30 seconds. I just took it out of the fridge, but once I mix this around, it will melt the rest of the way. If you have butter already sitting out and it's soft, you might want to put it in for a little bit less of a time. Now I'm just going to mix it around if it melts the rest of the way. If not, I'm going to pop it back in for 10 more seconds. Alright, back in the microwave. Alright, now that my butter is completely melted, as you can see, we're going to take the butter and we're going to pour it all over the bread. I like to get close to the edges. And we're just going to smooth it out. Make sure you get those edges. Do you ever have a dry piece of garlic bread and you wish the edges had a little bit more? And the foil will help everything, because this is messy from making a big mess. Makes cleanup easier afterwards. Do you ever have cheese stick to a pan and it was really hard to get off? Foil does wonders. Alright. And since this is homemade bread, it's a little bit thicker, so we're just going to make sure we have extra butter right here in the middle. So when it's baking, it goes all the way down through. Alright, let's get those edges. Okay. If you have a brush, you could use that too, like a basting brush that you use to base meat or chicken, which chicken's meat, silly me. Alright, and you're probably going to need another stick of butter, because this is all I have left. But we're going to start by pouring as much as we can all over it. Now my pieces weren't cut very evenly, So one is thicker than the other, so I might not need a whole stick. I might just need a half a stick more. Next part, garlic, because we are making garlic bread. We're gonna put McCormick's garlic all over this. A nice even amount. You wanna sprinkle it really good all over. This is garlic powder, not garlic salt. I don't like using garlic salt. I think it's too salty. But garlic powder works perfect. But if you want to use garlic salt, that's fine too. Nice even layer of garlic. Okay. And we're going to take our brush and make sure it's even all across it. You can mix your garlic in with your butter when you melt it. It's fine too. Or after it's done melting, mix it in and pour it on. Might make it a little bit easier. I just choose doing it this way. Chicken cheese. The 4 cheese, it's mixed cheese. And this time I wanted to try something a little bit different. Sharp cheese. This is going to be really good, I think. Alright, so now we're going to take our bread when it looks like this, and we're going to put it in the oven for 5 minutes, and then we're going to pull it back out. Put your hot pan down on a tea towel so it doesn't burn your table. We're going to open our cheese. You can use any type you want, but I find that this cheese works amazing. And then we're just going to put it all over the bread. You can put this to your liking, to your desire. I like to get the edges really well. So now make sure that it's on there evenly and all the bread is covered. Because this is homemade bread, so it's thicker. So if you don't put enough cheese, you'll definitely taste it. Alright. And if you want, instead of using garlic powder, you can by all means use real garlic. That's fine. But this is a quick and easy, delicious, homemade, cheesy bread. We eat this for a snack. We eat it with pastas. We eat it with just about anything. And it's really good just all on its own. Spaghetti and meatballs. It goes good with lasagna, stuffed shells, meatloaf. Alright. And that's good. We like a lot of cheese, so there we go. Now you can do whatever type of cheese that you prefer or you like. Now I'm going to try something new. I normally make it with Mexican on both, but I really like sharp cheddar, so we're going to put this on the second half. Same way we did the first. We're just going to make sure that we get nice, even amount. And the foil really helps to catch the cheese that drops, because it's going to drop. It's going to drop a little bit. And that way it's not sticking to your pan and hard for you to clean. Just kind of push it in the middle and push it to the sides. This is the thicker piece, so I like to put a little extra on because that way it doesn't taste too bready. One of mine are always thicker than the other. Just make sure you get it to your edges. Doesn't have to be perfect. I like to make sure I get it all on the edges. And then you can just move that over just a little and this over just a little. And you can just grab that cheese that fell so you don't waste it and just sprinkle on top before it melts, because this is a little warm from coming out of the oven. So be careful not to burn yourselves. Alright, we're just going to put this back in the oven. On 350 until the cheese is fully melted. You want to make sure that the cheese is fully melted. And this stuff too, you could take a little garlic powder and you can sprinkle it over top the cheese. I do that sometimes, but because I think I put more than enough, I think I don't have to do that. But if you find that you didn't put enough when you try your piece when it comes out of the oven, that's okay. You can take the garlic powder and just sprinkle a little bit over top your cheese. All right, time to go back in the oven. And I put it until the cheese is fully melted. So just keep an eye on it. So it just depends on how much cheese you want to use, and that's it. It's done. And then you can just take your knife and cut through it. Or you could wait till it's cooled down. But see, it cuts so nicely. And it's on foil, so you don't have to dirty a cutting board. And like I said, it varies on how long it stays in to your liking. Like, do you like your cheese burnt? Do you like it where it's stringy when it's melty? Like, it's totally up to you. But your kids will love this. If you don't have kids, you'll enjoy it. Make it for family and friends, cookouts. It's just a really good treat. Alright, see all that cheese coming off? Cheesy goodness. Okay. If it's sticking like mine is, be careful because it's extremely hot. I know, my knife's getting dull. I need a new knife set. You could actually use a pizza cutter if you want to cut it. That'd be the smart way. And then I'm going to put this here because it's the end piece. I have a pan that I'm going to fill. It's an easy way to serve it. And I laid a paper towel down so my pan don't get cheese stuck on it if it dries. Put the end here. And then I'm just going to repeat the same thing with this side. I'm going to cut the ends off. I'm sure you have somebody in your family that enjoys the ends more than others. And remember, this tastes the best with homemade bread. If you don't have any, you could do the same thing, I guess, to regular bread, individual slices. And the butter's totally to your liking. I know some people like to use olive oil, and this is what it looks like. And then I'm just going to stack another layer on top of this and put something over it until dinner time. But this was literally, it's quick, it's easy, and it's so amazing. And it tastes better than store-bought and garlic bread. And if you don't like cheese and other people in your household does, you could do 1/2 just plain garlic and butter. And skip the cheese and that way you have the best of both worlds. And look how much I got out of it. I got a lot. Plus, I put the ends over here. I hope you enjoyed cooking with me today. Please hit the like and comment. It's a free way to help the channel out, to help us grow. Again, I started this for my daughter because she's always calling me, asking me how to make certain things and saying it still doesn't taste like mom. So this way she can cook along with me. And I figure all you can as well. Have a wonderful day, and to all your mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. It was just yesterday, I know. And I'm a mother myself, so give ourselves a pat on the back. And have a wonderful, amazing day. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.